Would somebody like to practice expressing Giraffe to somebody in your family or somebody in your workplace that has done something and you haven't expressed an appreciation to them yet? What? I didn't see it. Yes, thank you. Let's pretend like I'm the giraffe. Tell this giraffe, first of all, what the giraffe did that you want to appreciate.
It's mostly to my child. When I want to tell my child, you have done something, you have done a fine drawing or something.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad, Mom, that you want to do that in another way, because I can enjoy your appreciation far more if you evaluate my performance in Giraffe rather than Jackal, because you sure don't want me to think, I hope, Mom, that any authority knows what's right. I hope you're scared of that, Mom. Teaching a child that authority knows what's a good drawing or what right answers are. So I'm glad that you want to evaluate me in a way that will help me respect authority, but not give my power away to them. So yes. Judgment. Can you be concrete? Was it the colors? Was it the composition that you were reacting to? What was it about the drawing that you observed that was in harmony with your values?
I think more the act.
Just that I did it?
Yes.
Just that is what we want to get clear, Mom. So just the fact that I initiated and did this drawing for you, that's what you want to appreciate, Mom. So how did you feel when I initiated this drawing?
Well, I was glad that you had a good time.
So you were glad because you wanted me to enjoy myself?
Yes.
And anything else about that? Why you felt glad about it? You weren't touched because you wanted me to be thinking of you and to... What I'm saying, Mom, is was it just that you were glad that you wanted me to enjoy myself, or did you also appreciate the fact that I wanted to do this for you?
But what I want to say is, I don't think it's good enough for me to say to my child, well, it's a fine drawing.
But see, we wouldn't say a fine drawing to anybody,
no,
because as a giraffe, we don't think there is such a thing.
But I do it all the time. And I know it's not good enough, but I don't know what to say because it's not a big child and I don't want to talk a lot about it. I just want to...
I'm really glad. Let me show you some possibilities, and then you tell me if any of these come close.
Yes.
I'm really feeling glad that you did this drawing because I really wanted you to be able to participate with the others when they draw. Because maybe this is somebody that hasn't been doing anything, and he's just been sitting there. So I might be feeling relieved and glad just because I wanted his participation. Then I would say that. Or if I like the drawing, I might say something like this. I really enjoyed all of these colors and how you put them together. That really kind of met a need that I have for a lot of liveliness in a drawing. I would say that only if I meant it. Saying it was a good drawing. I'm telling the person what needs of mine were fulfilled by the drawing. That leaves the child open for the reality that another person can look at the same drawing and not like it at all, because they can have different needs. Then that helps the child to decide for herself or himself what's their own value. So I let them benefit from my expertise, but I only express my appreciation in terms of my feelings and needs, not using words that imply I know what's fine, what's good, and so forth. Like when I work with teachers at the university, it's very hard for me to get teachers to hear the difference between I like what you did. You know what they'll hear? I like what you just did. Can you tell me what you heard? I got it right. Hold it, Jackal, I didn't say that. Well, what did you say? I said, I like it. No, I got it right. No. I said, I like it. Oh, you like it? Yeah, and I hope you can hear a difference between that. Very hard, you see, after 14 years, to get people to hear you as a human being when they have been trained to give authority the power to define what's right and what you have to do. But I'm very motivated to do that because I'm aware of the consequences of teaching people to give that authority, to give that power to authority. Such people, when they give all their power to authority and become obedient to authority, that's when I think we have the kind of violence in the world, not created by people who know how to be in touch with their own values, but people who have been trained from birth on to believe that somebody with a title knows what's right. And they don't learn to use their own valuing system to help them decide for themselves what will serve life the best. So what else can I say about Giraffe in the time remaining? Yes?
I feel a bit confused because each time you say I'm disappointed, I hear it with Jackal ears.
Yeah. So we would have to do some practice with, like I do with my students, so that you could just hear, I'm disappointed because I would have liked to have had more color in it. Can you tell me what you heard? But it was a poor drawing. Now let's try again, Jackal. I just want you to hear my feelings and needs. I feel disappointed. I would have liked to have had more color. I'm sorry, I didn't want to disappoint you. Hold it, Jackal. I didn't say you disappointed me. You can't disappoint me, Jackal. You can't hurt me or disappoint me or make me angry. What? No. I'm responsible for my own feelings, Jackal. I would like you to hear them. I don't want you to take responsibility for them. I'm disappointed. I would have liked more color. So you're disappointed, yeah, because I did a bad job. No, not quite, Jackal. What are my needs? You would have liked more color. Thank you, Jackal. That's just what I need, is just for you to hear that. So that means I have to change the drawing. I would hope you don't hear my needs as a demand, Jackal. I hope you just hear it as my values. Now I'd like to know, what do you feel? What do you need? You know, I went to school for 21 years. I can't recall any teacher ever asking me those two questions. What do you feel? What do you need? It wasn't necessary to get a doctor's degree in psychology to know what I was feeling or what I was needing. I remember for the first time when I went to and presented Giraffe to a group of my colleagues to suggest that I was so disappointed with the way I was taught to think as a professional, and how now I was trying to bring my own feelings and needs into my counseling. Not analyzing what's wrong with the other person, but to try to express my feelings and needs. And I was explaining how much more the people coming to see me seemed to benefit by that. So one woman psychiatrist got very upset, and she said, Dr. Rosenberg, don't you see what you're doing? You're allowing your narcissism to interfere with your ability as a psychotherapist. A gentleman rises in my defense and says to her, don't you see what you're doing? You're projecting your narcissism onto this man. Those are the healers in a jackal society. Scary?